Good afternoon.
Let's humble ourselves for the word of the prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Heavenly Father, thank you has brought us here, Father. We pray for wisdom as when we are in our lesson, Father. May we get what our teacher is teaching us, pray, Father. We pray to Father. Ask for your protection, guidance, as we are in our lesson, Father. Whenever our teacher is teaching, may we get it in our minds, and may you enable our teacher with knowledge and wisdom to teach us, and may we be successful in our lesson. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, I've prayed and believed. Amen.
Thank you so much for the word of prayer and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Let me hope I'm very clear. Yes. Okay. Today, today we are going to look at this section B according to the poll that I sent in the chat. I noticed that many of you wanted us to look at section B. And this section B is where we are going to start from. But we are going to start with a simple activity, and I'll ask you to use the chat to respond to the activity. I think a big percentage of you here watch movies. So our activity is going to be on the different movies. So you are going to respond using the chat based on what you know. So when you look at my screen, I've displayed a simple scenario together with the Venn diagram, and I want you to respond to the first question. So you can just write your answer in the chat. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. So that is good. Depending on the answers that members have been giving the chat, the answers are very okay. So I was checking on where you are concerning set theory. So here, our answer, those who had 27, because they asked how many of the movies are horror films. So when you look at our set here, horror films are these ones here. So I expected that we shall be adding all these ones here. So that means we shall have 3 plus 5 plus 6 plus 13, which gives you 27. Then the second number, how many of the movies fit into only one genre? So that one is like they're asking you one movie only. So I expected you to come and say 10 plus 20 plus 13. Like those who watch comedy only, those who watch the action only, and then the horror only. So the number is equal to 43. Then how many of the movies are an action film combined with at least one of the other genre? So for that one, it is just this part here. This is the action. So I expected you to add the 4 plus the 5 plus the 6, which is 15. Now, this is going to be our foundation going forward as we look at this particular section. Now, the section we are going to look at is the section of data and probability. Now, the section of data and probability has mainly 4 branches. Now, each of those different colors I have used represents a branch. Now, the first one is the statistics. This is the first branch. And in this first branch is where you are going to be finding things of data collection. Yes, that number that has drawing graphs, statistics, where they give you data, that is under data collection. So this is one branch. Then the second branch will contain Venn diagrams. Now here they are going to mix two things. This is where you're going to find things of set theory, and this number will be mixed with the probability. Then the other section is the one for matrices. This one is direct. So these still matrices can as well be mixed with probability. Then we also have the tree diagrams, which can as well be mixed with it. This is entirely probability, but it can as well be mixed with other things. Now, each of these branches you see here can be asked either independently or it can be combined with other branch. So a number can come when they have combined statistics and they have combined Venn diagram. A number can come when they have combined Venn diagram and they have combined it with maybe tree diagrams. A number can come when they have combined matrices and statistics. And at this point is why I want to let you know that please do not stick to one section and say, for me, I am a person of statistics only. I'm a person of Venn diagrams only, because if anything happens and they don't bring any of those two parts, then it means that you'll have no option to do in that particular section. So always better master all the parts such that you are on an advantage. Even if they are mixed, you can be able to do one of them. Remember, they can first have the first scenario, short scenario, having maybe a statistics part. Then the second scenario, they can bring in matrices. So the two can be combined. So it's not a must that it will be an individual thing. No, it can be combined. And those are the 4 branches that we shall be looking at. But in today's lesson, we are going to focus on only one branch. Then the other branches of statistics, matrices, and tree diagrams, those ones probably we shall cover some during the seminar in June, but also we shall cover others maybe when we return for term 2. But today we are going to concentrate on one branch called the Venn diagrams. So we are going to look at branch number 2, which is about Venn diagrams. Now, what are some of the common causes, or why do sometimes children fail this part? Those who looked through last year's paper, you might have noticed that this was one of the numbers that came. But one of the, around 90% of the children failed to do some parts or failed to maximize the number because of a few errors that they made. And one of them is the title. Those who have been attending some of the sessions, we have kept reminding you that in this new curriculum, having a title for your work is a must. So you should always indicate. Now for this particular number, whenever you are going to be presenting any number concerning anything in this section, please do not forget the title. A title will earn you a mark. And here we expect that when you notice that the number you are handling is the number on set theory, we expect that your title is going to be a Venn diagram. Then you can even a Venn diagram, they can give you a mark just writing a Venn diagram. But to be more specific, you can even go on and tell us a Venn diagram showing this and this. So that one is very key because we have a Venn diagram is a way of representation of data, and we have different ways data can be represented. It can either be a Venn diagram, it can be a statistical table, it can be a graphical thing. So you need to specify which kind of method are you using to represent your data. So you writing a Venn diagram helps to specify that now the work you are doing is about your presentation is on a Venn diagram. Never assume that you're drawing a Venn diagrams or drawing those Venn diagrams. Someone can easily tell that this is now a Venn diagram presentation. No, because you may end up missing a mark. So always indicate a Venn diagram as your one of the first statements, representing this and this. Or in case you don't know what to put there next, you can just say a Venn diagram. Number two, some of you are failing or have weaknesses in writing the expressions. But whenever they give you this word problem, we expect that you're going to extract expressions from that word problem you have and you put it on a paper. But we noticed last year that some of the children were failing. So please, you must understand the different expressions you are meant to extract from it. Then also you have challenges concerning the equation setup. When you are presenting your work, people who are going to score highly are not people who know a lot of, it may not necessarily be that you know a lot of mathematics, but presentation of your work is key. So when you are presenting your work, we expect that your work, you are going to present it in a vertical way. We do not expect that, let me say you have extracted an equation of this nature. This is maybe your equation. This is one. We expect that the flow of the work should follow a vertical format, not you just presenting, you say x plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. Then you come here, you say this is x plus 7 is equal to 15. Then you write everything on the same line. Here you are missing on the coherence. Your presentation of work is very, very poor. So you need to prioritize that whenever you're presenting your work, it is flowing vertically, such that someone who is awarding can be easy, it can be easy for that particular person to have your work flow very well. Then two, number four, not defining your unknowns. Some of these scenarios you have, the unknowns are not defined at all. Meaning that for you, once they have given a scenario, you must go on and define that. Let's maybe A represent this and this and this. Please do not just assume that A is this, B is this, C is this, because those different letters can mean something different. So you need to define what you are using. So after present that this is a Venn diagram, go on and define your different terms. And even you can tell us defining the terms. And then you say, let A represent maybe the number of people who have a positive attitude, something like that. So you need to go on and define whatever thing you are using when you're working out such numbers. But also, please make sure your work is neat and well spaced. Please make sure your work is spaced very well. Do not squeeze your things in one area, because such work may become hard to mark or to score. So you'll find that people will not have time to look out for where to put the score. So whenever you have your work, make sure it is very organized. You have spaced it very well, and it's very, very neat. Even if possible, you can even have those pens. I've seen pens that you can erase, so you can have that pen such that in case you make a mistake, you can just erase and then continue. But also we notice that we have challenges whenever you find words such as only, neither, at least, complement. So some of you still have these words, and it becomes worse if the scenario uses words like twice, half as many, such words. Many of you usually go off and fail to interpret such scenarios. So make sure that one of the areas where you need to get the work, where you need to get the marks should be the neatness, the flow of your work, that logical flow, or what we call the coherence, and then defining the terms you are using, not forgetting the title for your work. Now, what are some of those common words you are going to find? One of those words is going to be the word only. Whenever they use the word only, it means that that particular person or that particular item only belongs to that area. When we say that 20 learners play only football, take an example. In case this is my diagram, this is my Venn diagram, and I have the two sets where I have football and I have netball. So when they say 20 learners play only football, we expect that this is the area for people who play football only. So this is why your 20 can be placed. So meaning that these people do not play any other game. Now, mathematically, you can have this one represented as F intersection N. But since you want to represent only, we shall put a complement on N to show that N is not part of your solution. So whenever anything you don't want to include within your Venn diagram, always represent to the complement. So complement means that one is not part of the solution. If you do not find this written in words when they say F and N only, so in words, they sometimes write it like that, only. So you need to know what is that. Sorry, in fact, this is not the word. The word, okay. In word, they can just say F only. So when they say F only, you need to know that this is the area that they want. In case we have the three sets, let me say this is my set 1, set 2, and this is set 3. This is A, this is B, and this is C. They can give you A intersection B intersection C. But also please make sure you master the set notation. It's not always that they can give you scenarios. They can as well give you set scenario, and they test whether you know how to represent those set notations on the Venn diagram. Take an example. They tell us A complement, B complement, intersection C. What does it mean? It means that A is not part of the solution. You eliminate it. It means B is not part of the solution. So anything with A and B should not be part of the solution. So it means that it is only C that is inclusive. So in other words, when I come to my diagram here, this is my A. So A is not going to be, anything with A is not going to be part of the solution. Anything with B is not going to be part with the solution. So what does it mean? So this is A and B. It means that what is remaining is the C. So it means that they are interested in C. So this is the part that where you must have to place your value that would be given. So when you find something of this kind, it means that they have told you they want C only. When they give you something, let me say, they give you something of this nature. They can give you A intersection B complement intersection C. What does it mean? It means that B complement, B is not part of the solution. So you can first know that this one is not going to be part of my solution. Then after knowing that that's not part of my solution, they have mentioned A. Where is A? This is A. So I'll shade my A like that. Then they have given me C. Then you ask, where is the C that they have given me? C is here. This is C. Now, they want, this is intersection. In other words, where does A and C meet? without B. So without B, it means that I'm going to remove this set here, the whole of this set, because it has B, so this is not part. So that means that when they give you something of this nature, they have told you they want this part here where you have A and C only. So giving you A intersection B complement intersection C is like telling you A intersection C only. So you need to know how to represent those notations when you have a Venn diagram, whether they have given to you on a Venn diagram or not. So that is one of the words you need to be very careful with whenever they use it in your sets. And for such words, when they use them, we do not expect you to go on and subtract. Some of you love subtracting the intersection. But once you meet such a word, you are not supposed to, yes, you are not supposed to do the subtraction. Now, the second word that is going to be very common is the word neither nor. You are going to meet this word, neither nor. Now, what does it mean? It means when we say the student neither like football nor basketball, or football or netball, it means that those students are not interested in any of the games. That is the meaning. If they say that, so it means that if this is football and this is netball, when they say neither, that means they are not interested in your football, they are not interested in the netball. So those are people who are always outside. Those are the outliers. I think you have seen such children at school. You never find them in football, you never find them in netball. So those ones, we call them neither. They are not interested in any of those things. So those are what we call neither. So those ones, how do we represent? It means that F, they are not interested in F. We have said that anything that someone is not interested in, we use a complement. So they are not interested in football, but also they are not interested in netball. So that's how we represent them. So whenever you find F complement intersection N complement, it means they are interested in the outside there. Alternatively, if they don't use this sign, when you find F union N, everything complement, it means that still that is the outside, because F union N is this region here, but outside of it is this part here. So either they can put it like this or they can put it like that. So that one, whenever you find it, you need to be very careful and know that those children are always placed outside. Let me say, this for 3 sets, these are the 3 sets. Let me say, this is people who are, these are party, people who are party, this is maybe movie, and maybe this is what? Party, movie, and this is outing. Now, people who are not interested in joining the prom party, they are not interested in the movie, they are not interested in going outside. We've always put them. So we shall write P complement, intersection M complement, intersection O complement. So whenever you find those complements, it means those are people you put outside there. So for such case, you'll find myself, I'll be outside here because I'm not interested in N. So those people who are not interested in N, we shall always use what? Those complements. Alternatively, you can find them using such signs, and then they put everything as a complement. Be very careful with that statement. Let me hope we are on the same page. You can let me know through the chat whether we're on the same page. Okay. Let me first pick this hand. Let me first pick this hand of fortunate. Yes, Faith.
Thank you, teacher. I wanted to know, why do we put two lines on the M? Okay, you know how I put P complement
Uh,
intersection M? Is it
this is
one?
one. Sorry.
Okay,
Uh,
and why do we say intersection? Like, I really thought it's just union that works.
which one? Which one do you want to use?
The second one, you're right. The one in bracket.
Oh, okay. I'm saying now these two are the same, eh? These two are the same, whether you have
Okay.
used union or intersection, eh? But you need to remember that if you are using union, then the
Hmm.
complement is outside. when you advance next year, when you are doing math, you'll study about what you call De Morgan's rule. So this second one of union comes from De Morgan's law.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's where it
So
comes from.
is it correct to say P intersection M intersection O in brackets complement?
Now, what you have mentioned, allow me to demonstrate it. What? Something. Oh, sorry. Okay. Allow me to demonstrate now what you have mentioned. Now, what you have mentioned, when you say P intersection M intersection O complement outside, what does it mean? I'm going to first P intersection M intersection O. You are going to agree with me that this is the part here.
Yeah.
Now, when you say complement, it means that you are interested in the part outside. Is that fine? So
Yeah.
the part outside, it means it's going to be this part that I'm going to shade. So for such a case, the part that you are interested in is this part like that.
Oh, sure.
Have you seen?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I've
So it means that
understood.
your set will be, this part here is the only part you are not. So that is the meaning when you say that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
I
teacher.
take one more hand. Masaba Henry or Jonah? Okay. Masaba is not unmuting, and Jonah?
Yeah, thanks, Master, for the opportunity. So I want to ask about the vertical arrangement of the work. So remember, some of us they always give us what the answer sheets. So we find ourselves when the answer sheets are not enough. So we decide to do what? To put some lines. We double strike. Okay, we double strike the what? The lines in a column way, and we put some other work like on the other side. So I don't know if they can penalize us about that thing.
Okay, Masaba, let me answer. Now,
Yes.
why the answer? I think it will depend on the school, but if it comes to UNEB and you are
Mm,
presenting your things to UNEB, please, even
yeah.
if you ask for 30 papers, those
Mm,
booklets,
yes.
you have paid
Mm.
enough money for those papers, they will give you as many as you want.
Oh, okay, sure. Thanks.
So don't economize, ask, they'll give you, even if you're using 15 of them, as long as you have evidence that you are using them, they'll give you as many as they want. All schools are provided with enough booklets. So whenever you're working for, you make sure you use as many. Maybe for this school work, but also for when it comes to school work, you start training yourself.
Yes.
Start training yourself to write it.
Okay.
Okay.
And another more question, yeah?
Yeah.
It is all about the set theory question. There's a number that I came across with. It was okay, like the statements, they were trying like to confuse us. They said some okay, like it was all about football, netball, and even volleyball. They were like there are some learners that liked football but more than netball. Okay, I don't remember very well the scenario, but it's better I get the book. But it was in form of like confusing, whereby they say that this one likes this and not more than this and less than this. So analyzing the data was a little bit difficult.
Okay.
So I don't know if
We are going to look at some of those scenarios.
okay, sir.
Okay. Now, another word that is going to be a bit common is the word at least. At least. So when you find the word at least means more than or equal to that particular thing. So please be very careful with this word at least. Be it in this section, be it in the section of programming. They love it a
Yeah.
lot. So make sure that when they give you at least, you know that at least means greater than or equal to that particular thing. And one of the common statements we shall always use, or the statement when they say, there's a statement they usually make that 30 learners play at least one of the games, or at least one of the two games. Sometimes they say all children play at least one of the games. Now, such statements, one, it sometimes when they say 30 learners play at least one of the games, what does it mean? When they say at least one of the games, we do not expect that outside here you'll have any learner. That statement indirectly means that you do not have any learner that doesn't participate in any of the games. So you need to be very careful. When they say, let me say this is football, this is netball, and maybe this is basketball. When they say at least each of the learners plays one of the games. So that means that outside here, you have 0. So they don't want to tell you automatically that that is it. 2, sometimes they can use that at least one of the 2 games. Now, you need to know when there's at least one of the 2 games. So at least 2, what does it mean? At least 2 means greater than or equal to 2. So that means you are going to pick areas where you have 2 games or 3 games. So that area, we shall expect you to pick everything here. That is the meaning. When they say at least 2 games, sometimes they can use the word at most. And for at most means less than or equal to. So when they say at most 2 means less than or equal to 2. So we shall expect you to pick those who take 2, those who take 1, and those who don't do anything. That is when you find the word at most. So you need to be very careful with those words. Be it here, be it in the section of programming. Okay, we'll continue. Then both, when they use the word both, like when they say 10 learners play both football and netball. Now here, sometimes you confuse the two. Take an example. In case this is my set, I have football and I have netball. When they say those learners play both games, we shall expect that to be here. But if the sets are 3, then your approach needs to differ a bit. When they say this is football, this is netball, and this is basketball, and they say 10 learners play both football and netball, it means that the set you are going to deal with is this is football and this is netball. It means it is this set. And one of the mistakes some of you do, you only go on and put it here in this part here only. So you need to be very careful. When they say football and netball, it means that this is the part that is being considered. Now, when it comes, when you already have your X here, it means that for you to get what, because they have told that 10 play both, the whole of this is 10. So to get those who play football and netball only, that's when you go on and you subtract your X. But when they say 10 learners play both football and netball only, and they put the word only, then we do not expect you to subtract anything. We shall expect you just put here what? 10. So you be very careful when they say football and netball only, and when there is no word only. Whenever you find that there is no word only, it means that you are going to do your subtraction. When you find that there is a word only, then there is no need for you to do any kind of subtraction. So be very careful with that word. Yes, Oliver, you have a question?
Yes, thank you so much. My question is about when they say that, for example, here, let me use this set of football, netball, and the basketball. If they say that, maybe like 15 learners are able to play football plus 1 or both of the games, how can you represent that?
Come again, you have said. I did not get you well.
I have said that if they say that 15 learners are able to play football plus 1 or both of the games, how can you represent that on a Venn diagram?
15 learners
are able to play football plus 1 or both of the games.
Okay. Now, here, what you do, you are going to first interpret it in bits. You start 15 learners are able to play football. Where is football? Now, this is the football part. So you can first shade it. And then they went on, and now when they say plus is mainly the and, one or both games. Now, I think that one you were referring to football and netball. Now, when let me use this set. Now, this is where you have your 15 learners for football and one or both of the games. That means that for here, you are going to add football, the set of football, that is one, then plus one. So one of the games, it means that they can either play football only or netball only or both. Now both is this part here. But now this part here can come in when you are handling tasks, when they have given you a task and they want you to find something. So when they say 15 learners are able to play both, are able to play football, you'll come here. Let me shade it for you. So now this is the 15 that can play football. Now, when it comes to one of the games, you'll just come, have this part here shaded. This is one of the games. Hope you can see that is one of the games. Then they said the last part was or play both. Or play both, I'll come and let me use another color. Let me use this one. So that is how you shade it. Or that's how you represent it. And you'll find that all of them, they are there. Okay, but allow me that we first complete. And then, okay, then other statements that they can use is twice as many or half as many. So you're going to find such statements being used. Take an example, they can say the number of students who play football is twice the number of those who play netball. What do you do? Now, once you find such statements where they have given you twice, you can first write it in a ratio form whereby you say, this is football and this is netball. And what does the statement say? That the number of those who play football is twice. This is football. So it is twice. Those who play, that means that those who play football and netball, let me say it is just one. Because here now we are comparing two things. Now, what do you do? Now, the number of the people who play netball, or those who are not twice, always is the best thing for you to let. So here, always the one that occupies the one part will always be the best option for you to let, to avoid working with fractions. So I'll say now here, the number of those who play netball, let it be X. So if this is X, it means that these ones are going to be 2X. That is the meaning. Now, if for you, you do not let the number of people who are occupying one part to be X, and you say let those who play football be what? Be X. What does it mean? It means that now for you are going to work whereby you have netball having X out of 2. But like I've said, some of you may have challenges working with fractions. So always check out which one has one part, such that that part that has one part is the one that you are going to let. An example is, let me say, in case those who play netball are 4, it means those who are going to play football are going to be 8. But if you do it the other way around and you say, let those who play football be my X, it means that those who play netball instead will be X out of 2. So you need now to be very careful. In simple terms, in case the football are 4, it means that those who are going to play netball will be 4 out of 2, which will be 2. So still that is twice. That football are twice those who play netball. But for you to avoid working with fractions, because sometimes working with fractions is not easy. or you may have challenges with them. So for such cases, what you do, check out which one is taking one part. Even if they say those who play football is thrice the number of those who play netball. For you first, do what? Summarize, say, this is football to netball. Then say football, how many times are they? That maybe there are 5 times. To those who play what? Netball. Now these ones who take one part, let those ones be the unknown, and then you'll be able to find the other part. But if you let these ones who are taking more parts to be your unknown, then you may find challenges working with fractions, unless when you are very good with working with the fractions. Okay. Okay. Now we shall continue. Another word that they can use is half as many. Half as many. Now, when they use the word half as many, it can as well be said, because here they say the number of students who play netball is half as many as those who play football. Still, you do the same. Say, these are netball, and this is what? Football. Then say, now, netball is half. So you can say this is half to those who play football. Now, the one that occupies one part always is easy to work out with. So you can say, let the football be X. So that means netball will be a half of X. That is the meaning. Alternatively, if for you decide that let the netball, these ones that are not occupying one part, be the X, it means that you let your football become 2X. That is the meaning. Yes. So, but always make sure you let the one that takes one part will be easy for you to work out with, compared to when you have, you're working out with things without parts. Yeah. Let me hope we are okay on that part. You can let me know through the chat whether we are fine. Okay. My focus is when they use these words twice, half as many, or what? First, make a simple summary. First, make a simple summary. Then the one that has one part, let that one be the one that you let to be your unknown. Then you'll be able to get the other part. Okay. So we can continue. Yeah. Now, sometimes they can as well mix them, whereby they can say that in a class, the number who play football is twice the number of those who play netball. So in case they are mixing them, still do your summary. After your summary, you let the one which takes one part to be your unknown. Now, what are some of the scoring points on this particular number? The first thing they are going to score you on when they are marking, let me use the marking word, is going to be the title. Never forget the title. That number may carry 20 marks, but you may end up getting about 14 because of just a few things you have ignored, yet they carry meaning. So one of them is going to be the title. And I've said your title will always read a Venn diagram, a Venn diagram. Then you can add on, depending on the sign, a Venn diagram showing this and this and this. In case you have challenges adding on other words, then at least say a Venn diagram. Because once you put a Venn diagram, we shall be very sure that the kind of presentation you are doing is about a Venn diagram. Number 2, labeling your sets using the letters or names. If you have not defined the letters, then use the actual words, that football, netball, and maybe basketball. But remember, you have calculations. So why do you use words? So go on and first define what you are going to use. So we shall expect that you are going to present your work. First, you say a Venn diagram. In case there is anything in the slide, you say showing this and this. Then number 2, I'll expect that you are going to define that let the A represent this and this. Let B represent this and this, data and data. After that, you are going to draw your Venn diagram. And sometimes, if you are good at summarizing, summarize your work very well. Then when I come to the Venn diagram, I expect your Venn diagram to be a working one, whereby you'll have your 3 sets. And please do not use a free hand, use your compass. And then you put the things very well, put here, put this. I'm just showing you. Then put everything that is required in the Venn diagram first. Then after that, you know well that in these Venn diagrams, we keep on calculating parts. So what do I say? Let me say I'm going to calculate for A. Let me say I have let this, something like this. I'll say finding, I will say finding A only. Then I make my calculation in a vertical way. Then I go to this finding B only. I present. I've said in the vertical, don't minimize the paper. You finish here, you say, let me write here. You finish here, let me write. No, have everything coherently, that let everything flow very well. For anything you are calculating, or for any expression that you are writing, let them flow very well, such that your work is easy to score. Mind you that people may not have time to look for here and here, here and here. No, have everything flow very well. Now, after making all your calculations, remember this is the first Venn diagram you had. You need to go back and draw the second Venn diagram. This was the first one. Remember, it had very many unknowns in it. Now, you need to go and draw the final one after you have made your calculations and you have found out what to put in each of the Venn diagram. So you go back and now draw your final Venn diagram to clearly show that now I have finished and this is my Venn diagram. Still, at the top of this new Venn diagram, you say a Venn diagram, and then come and put your things. Put now only values without unknowns. What does it mean? It means that you are going to be scored for determining all the data and for finding the unknown elements. So after making your calculation, come back and draw the final ones. So that means you have to draw 2 Venn diagrams. The first one with unknowns, and then the second one without unknowns, but with only the values. Yeah, so make sure that you have the marking points or the scoring points. Don't be too lazy and say, this one you forget to label. Let it be labeled very well with the different unknowns in case you have not yet obtained them and everything. Yeah, so that one, yeah, but I'll show you an example at a later time. But do not forget those points when you are doing your work. I'm just speaking one hand. Yes, Josh. What's the yes?
Like when we have an element of subtext in the question, which ones are used to represent it?
Okay, write in the question in the chat. I'm not getting you clearly. Okay. Now we have our first scenario. Now, whenever you are working out, please make sure you first plan for your work. Planning is key. Planning is very key. Read your scenario. First read it once, read it again, read it again. Don't just peruse through. Now, after reading through it, go and ask yourself, what does this task require me to do? Because it is from the task for you to go on and know what you are going to do. So first read through, because those questions, there is something they want you always to find out. So first read through always your scenario. So they are telling us that Simon sells ice cream in schools, and ice cream is of 3 flavors. We have the chocolate, we have the vanilla, and we have the strawberry. He wants to introduce the same business in your school. He knows that for the business to succeed, the probability that the learner will take at least 2 of the flavors should be greater than 0.5. Now, this is the purpose. This is the purpose. Here. The reason we call it ikigai here. Yes, now that one. That means that your aim for doing this should be, you should be able to look at that. One, it's going to help you when you are making your conclusion, because the problem we are solving is we want to find out whether he will be able to start up that business given the different probabilities that we are going to be calculating. Every question or every step will always have something that you must find out. Every STEM, there's something they will be aiming at, and you must be able to identify that. And that is what you base on when you are making your conclusion. Then they told us that he is uncertain for his business success in your school. The study you have carried out in your school indicates this. Now, when you look at this question, one, when you look at it, using the data from your study, do you advise Simon to introduce the business in your school? Give a reason for your advice. You are noting that this question, they have not told us which kind of presentation are we supposed to use. This question can be done using other approaches. But now, according to the section where this question is, you know that section has Venn diagram, has graphs, has matrices, has other things. So meaning that the best approach to use is going to be Venn diagram. So now you stating that I'm going to use a Venn diagram, or I'm going to represent it using a Venn diagram, will help us to know that you know what to do. So I expect you that now you're going to say a Venn diagram as the approach. So I'll come and I indicate clearly for this particular one, assuming this is my paper, I will say solution. And I will say a Venn diagram showing the different flavors. Then I can come and now I'm going to start. Even I can put simple titles or small titles defining the flavors. Then I'll start the first one. Now, please, always when we are defining, always better you use these first letters in case they are going to be used for defining. So I can say, let's see, represent the chocolate flavor. Let V represent the vanilla flavor. And let S represent, hope the question is clear on your side, the strawberry flavor. So that is the first step you have to do. Now, after that, that is where now you can go and, in case you're good at summarizing, go. In case you are not good, you draw your Venn diagram. I'll draw my Venn diagram very well. Please, I've said don't use a free hand. Make sure you use a compass. Then after that, I'll come and indicate that this is C, this is V, and this is the number of those who take the strawberry. And then here, I'll say this is the universal set. Even I can say where this represents the universal set. Okay, now that is the first step. Now you start interpreting. They told that 150 learners like chocolate flavor. So I can come and say the number of children who like chocolate flavor is 158. So here I'll have 158. 130 like vanilla. Then I said the number of students who like vanilla is 130. So this is vanilla. So here we shall have 130. Then 188 like strawberry. Then I will come and say those who like strawberry is equal to 188. Kindly first let me know through the chat whether we're on the same page. Okay, seems we're on the same page. Jonah, is it a question?
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
For me, I was just asking on that part of the title.
If someone just select a Venn diagram showing data, is it fine?
Now, when you say data, data can be is a big word. So you need to be specific. Which kind of data is it showing?
Okay.
So you need to specify the kind of data. Okay.
Definitely.
Then after that, we continue. Allow me now to use another one. Now, we are going to continue. 40 learners like chocolate and vanilla. Then you'll come and say 40 like. Then I'll come. The number of students who like chocolate and vanilla is equal to 40. 8. Now, before, if anything to be put inside, make sure first complete everything, first summarize every other thing, because sometimes you may find out that what you have put inside has to wait a bit. Yeah. Then 80 like strawberry and vanilla. Then you say strawberry and vanilla is equal to 80. Then 88 chocolate and strawberry. This is chocolate and this is strawberry and those are 88. Now that is your simple summary. And I told you, and 10, like none of the three flavors. None of the three. Then, now that one, we said we shall represent it as, he doesn't want chocolate, he doesn't want strawberry, he doesn't want vanilla. So that one is the 10. And we say that such number is one that we'll put outside. So that one I can even put it outside already. Then there is this statement here that you need to give attention. The number here, the number of learners who like all the three flavors is equal to the number of those who like chocolate and vanilla only. And this is where many of you sometimes go off. What do you do? When you find such number, first interpret step by step the number of learners who like all the three flavors. Then I'll come and say, who like three flavors? That means they like strawberry, they like chocolate, and they like vanilla. Is equal, then you say, is equal to the number of those who like chocolate and vanilla only. So you say, the number of those who like chocolate and vanilla. But they have used the word only. Then I will come here and I say only. Now, after doing so, you have interpreted everything within your scenario. Now, what do you need to do? You note that you are not sure of what you have inside here, the 3, for you to continue. Now, this is where you are going to let. And for such scenarios where you find that the 3 set, the one that likes all is not given, always is the best choice, or it is the best to choose to be your unknown. Because that 3, the one who likes 3, determines what to have in each of the sets. So for such cases, when you find that it has not been given, that is the one you let to be your unknown. Whenever you find that the one, okay, yes, whenever you find that the one that likes all the 3 has not begun, that is the one you let. So I'm going to come here and I will say, let, even now, in case I had not squeezed my work, I would even have put it here. I say, let X represent the, let X represent the number of learners who like all the flavors. Now, what does it mean? You have said that this one is X, the ones who like all the 3 flavors. It means that those who like chocolate and vanilla only are also going to be X because they are equal. So I'll come, that is the first I'm going to put in my table. I'll come here and I say, those who like, is it chocolate and V only? So I'll come. We say the moment you see the word only, there is no need for you to subtract. But remember, we have said that these ones are X. So chocolate and vanilla only. We have said that the moment there is a word only, no need for you to subtract. So it means it is this region here, 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 here alone. So we shall just go there and put our X. So I'm going to come here and I put that this is my X. Then after doing that, I can continue and do other parts. We come to the sec here, this one, C and V, but they did not put only. And for that case, we said C and V. You ask yourself, where is C and V? So C and V. So C and V, this is C and V here. They have told that C and V is equal to 40. Oh, now I don't have a space where to write, but I'm going to be forced to go to the next slide. But let me first, I'm going to C and V. So that means when I have these two, I must get the 40. So you're going to allow me to write here that when I add X, but I need to teach, we said we need to have our work organized. Allow me to come to this slide. So we are on the other one where we have said that C and V should equal to 40. But we have said C and V, you have X plus X should give us 40. So here we shall have 2X equaling to 40. And what shall we have? We shall say 2X now, divide by 2 is equal to 40 out of 2. And our X will equal to 20 learners. Now, you cannot how my work is flowing vertically, and I'm showing each and every step. So that means I have obtained my X as the 20. Then I come to the next one. S and V is equal to 80. S and V, what is A? So S and V is here is equal to 80. But now take note that here you don't have. So allow me to first put here unknown A and allow me to put here unknown maybe B. So S and V, I'll come here and I write S and V is equal to 8. Then I'll ask, what is S and V? S and V is X and A. So I'll come here and I say X plus A is equal to 80. Now, in case you have already obtained your X, it is very okay to substitute. So you say 20 plus A is equal to 80. Then you say A is equal to 80 minus 20, and you get your A. 80 minus 20, that is what? 60. So here you have your 60. Then you go to the next one. The next one, we have S and C. So S and C here, which is B and X. So I'll come and say, now, please see it because I want to minimize the space, but for you in the book, do not forget. We have said C and S, we have said is equal to 88. So I'll come here, we have used B plus X is equal to 88. We have already obtained our X, so we shall say B plus 20 is equal to 88. Then you can say B plus 20 minus 20 will equal to 88 minus 20. And therefore, our B will equal to 88 minus 20. Is that 68? Something like that. Yeah. So here I'll have, I think it is 68. Okay. Now, after doing so, I'll come back. I've found those ones. Is there anything else I need to find? Yes, I need to know how many people take C only, how many people take V only, and how many people are for S only. I don't know whether we are still on the same page. Are we on the same page or we are leaving some people by? Yeah, okay. We are on the same page. Okay. Okay, now in case you are lost, you can let me know. Let me start with Andy. Yes, Andy? Those whom we are on the same page, kindly continue and find C only, V only, and S only. Yes, Andy.
Yes, sir. For me, the only challenge is
Why didn't we define the B and A?
Oh, yes. And you can define them. Define them.
Okay, sir.
Define them. Say where A represents S and V only, B represents C and S only.
All right.
Okay. Yes, Josh? Josh?
Why are we having X and X?
Yes?
Why are we having X and X?
X and X came from this statement where we said the number of students who like all the free flavors is equal to the number of students who like chocolate and vanilla only. So we say those who like was CNV intersection S and was equal to those who like C and V only. But we say that those who like order 3 is equal to X, which is equal to now this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Taking off.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. So, teacher, I would like to know, suppose I brought that heading of a Venn diagram showing different flavors immediately, okay, when I'm going to draw that actual Venn diagram, but not before defining them.
Now, you have to make sure it is very visible where your heading is. Why we put it at the beginning is for someone to know that the kind of approach you're using is a Venn diagram approach. But when you put it here, God forbid someone doesn't see it, you may not get the score. But when you put it at the start, it will be the first thing someone will see and it will give you a mark. Other than the person looking for it after you have written quite a number of words. Yeah, okay. Hope it is okay. Okay. Is it fine? Okay. Okay, we can continue. Okay, now we are finding those who take C only. So I'll come here and I say, have those small titles, C only. Even you can say finding C only. Then you go back to your diagram, you say X plus B plus that. So you find out these ones. So you notice those ones we shall say 158 minus what we have here, X plus B. Your X, you have obtained it. We have obtained our B. So I'll say X, which is 20 plus 20 plus 68. So this will give us 158 minus 20 plus 20 plus the other one. This is 108. So 158 minus 108. And we end up with, what do we, is it C only? Allow me to go back. Where is C only? I have B, I have X and 158. X. I don't know what members are getting. What do you have for C only? Hope I labeled them very well. C, X, and B. Okay, so find out what you have. Yes, Monique?
Excuse me, Chair. Can we please go back to the question, then I can show where my miss. Here on the second paragraph, here I'm seeing teacher, they have given us now like here or no 40 learners like chocolate and vanilla. How come you didn't put them in a Venn diagram? Yet they have
How
given
many?
them to us. Here, like where they have brought like 40 learners like chocolate and vanilla. Why didn't you present them in the Venn diagram?
Chocolate and vanilla?
Yeah, why didn't you put them in the Venn diagram?
Now, one, why? Chocolate and vanilla is this area here, not so?
Yes.
And they told us that this area here will equal to 40. But when we continue during the interpretation of the statement here, we notice
Yes.
that area that we had a statement that would help us know the individual component of those who take vanilla and C only and those who take order 3.
Okay.
So that's why we did not carry them. We didn't carry the 40. But
Thank
if
you.
you wanted, for this one would have been 40 minus X.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So members, find what you have. Okay. I'm going to look through the chat and I pick the answers we have. Yes, Nana? Nana? So V only, people are getting 30. And I think S. Nana, unmute.
Teacher, I was asking why you add X plus X.
Why we add X? Because here they told us that those who take C and V are 40. So the number here we should get here, when we add what we have in this part here and this part should equal to 40. So when I have X and X, when I add the two people here, I must come up with the 40. So that's why we added. Hope it is okay.
Teacher, can you say X plus A or plus X plus B?
Where? Yes, if you are finding now these ones here. Those who take C and S, which was equal to 88. Are you getting it? Okay. Okay. Hope we are on the same page. S only is 40. So depending on what members people are getting here, 40. Okay. Now, after us obtaining those onlys, now I've told you, you have to go back and you draw a new Venn diagram because now you have found out everything. So that is the next step you have to do. So I will come here on my new page. Still, I write a Venn diagram. And then I draw again a new one where I have everything now put. So I don't know whether we had from the other diagram, we had C, V, and S. So here I'll put C, I'll put here V, and I'm going to put here S. Then I put what is on C, I put what is on V, I put what is on S. So you go back, so 158, I think this was 158, this was 130, and S was 188, something like that. About, so draw your new diagram. Then after that, I'm substituting 20. So here we have 20. Here we have 20. I don't know what we had there for B. B was 68. This was what?
68.
Oh, it was 68.
Yeah.
Then this was 60.
60.
Okay. Something like that. Then here, what do you have?
32, but I'm seeing people having 40s, which does not make sense.
Where?
On S only.
S only. Have you
Yeah.
said 188 minus 68 plus 20 plus 60? What do you have?
Oh, the total number of the S only was 188. I had it as 180.
Oh, okay.
Minus
Okay.
by 8. Okay, it's
Okay.
fine.
So this is 40. Okay. Okay. So we fill the diagram, and this is 30, and outside I think we had 10. Now that is the final one that we are going to use to answer any question. So that is why I'm saying have two. This is the complete one, and then you have the other one which has the unknowns. Then from here, now we go and respond to the task. Using the data from your study, do you advise Simon to introduce the business in your school? Give a reason for your advice. But initially they told us that the probability that the learner will take at least two of the flavors. At least two. Now, here you are going to say, you write a small heading still. How you say, finding at least two flavors. We say that at least 2 means greater than or equal to 2. So that means the flavors can be 2, they can be 3 or more than that. So in the chat, can you place your answer? What do you think is the at least 2 flavors? How many are they? How many are they of at least 2? So at least 2, so it means I'm going to come for at least 2. These are 2 flavors. This person likes C and V. This person here likes S and C. And then this person likes S and V. In case they had said only 2, those are the people. But since they said at least, then we shall also add these ones. So I expect you to come and say at least 2. I have the 20 plus the 68 plus the 20 plus the 60. So you add up everything and see what you have. So here I'm getting 168. But remember, whenever you are finding the probability, because you need to check out whether the probability you're going to get is greater than what he had. So in order for us to find it, you need to get the total number of learners. Then I will say finding the total number of learners. The total number of learners. So the total number of learners, you add everything you have within the universal set. So I have 50 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. So me, I'm going to just add. So please also add yours and see what you are coming up with. Add and see what you're coming up with as I take on some few hands. Add, and then you can put in the chat what you're coming up with. Nakafero. Nakafero. Okay. Nakafero is not unmuting. 298, 298. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
why didn't we fill the onlys we found on the first diagram? We left the
The only,
dashes. The
which
the
one?
the the values for the only for the onlys, yeah? Why didn't we fit them on the first diagram? Because I saw we left dashes. On the first Venn diagram we drew.
Oh, here?
Yes.
No, it is okay you put them. It is okay you put them. You show them it is very okay.
Okay, sir.
So you fill your diagram here, just because I had done them the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Now from here, now we are going to find the probability. So I'll say finding the probability. Hope you are noticing that my work is what? Is in the vertical form. So finding the probability, then please, you can first define the probability of at least 2, because that is the event, divided by the probability of the sample of the total number of learners. So this one will give us our 168 divided by 298. Now I'm challenged, but anyway, let me put it here. So you place your what? Your calculator again and divide and see what you get. According to my calculator, I have 0.5638%. So prove it whether you have the same. Alan? Alan? Okay. Now, if we have the same, now, when we are making a conclusion, I want you always, the response should reflect whether you agree or not. So you can agree by saying yes or no. Then after that, that is like the decision. Then after that, you tell us why do you agree or why don't you agree. But when we are arguing mathematically, always we want to argue with the figures. So having the mathematical figures in your conclusion makes more sense than just using the words. So can we have someone to give us what could be your conclusion? Yes, Muton. Someone to help us with the conclusion. Yes, Muton?
Yeah, I'm just asking. I'm not concluding.
Okay.
So when we are writing the answer, how many decimal places should we use, or we should round off and make it 6, because it was giving 0.56 something.
Yes, the best is 4 decimal places. Whenever you are dealing with probability, 4 is the best.
Thank you.
Okay. Vaut, are you concluding? Or Mugisa?
I will try the conclusion. I would
Okay.
say that since the probability is above 0.5, the learner should start his ice cream business in my school.
Okay. Now, first tell us, what was your decision? Was it a yes or no?
Yes.
So start like that.
Yes. Since the probability of the learners liking the flavors would be above 0.5, the student should start his ice cream business in my school.
Okay, good. Thank you. That is correct. Treasure or Mugisa?
Sir.
Yes.
Even I can conclude like this, that the answer is yes, because the probability of him getting at least 2 of the flavors is greater than that one that he was just thinking, because the other one was 0.5, but this one is greater than 0.5. So he should start his business of making ice cream.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Thank you. At least we are there. So make sure your conclusion, in case it is a yes or no conclusion, please first state that yes. Yes. First have that yes come out very well, that yes. Since the probability that the learner likes at least 2 flavors, is approximately 0.56 something, which is greater than 0.5, then therefore Simon should invite or should start the business in the school. Yes, such that people do not look out for whether it is a yes or no, but you should base from the statement here that yes, since the probability that a learner likes at least two, that at least the learners like at least two of the flavors, which is approximately 0.564, that is which is greater than the 0.5, therefore Simon should go on and do this and this. So that's how we expect you. Now, in case you have your work well presented, very well, you'll send me a picture on WhatsApp and then I will, okay, in case time allows, I will put some scores and then we shall share. Yeah, all those, you just send me a picture of your work, everything, the way you have presented it, then I will share, I'll pick the best and I will share it on the group. I'll pick the best picture, which has the best work well organized, such that the rest can see how they have to organize their work. Yes, two Venn diagrams, yes, that is a must. Okay. Then I have another number here. Now this second number, it is not, it is very direct for one reason. I know you might not have met numbers where they're using, a quarter, 3/4, and the rest of that. So I've just brought this number very direct, such that you can now have a look. Then you'll find another one that I'll set in a scenario format. Yes, but this one is direct, such that you can first learn in case the number is brought when there are a lot of quarters and halves and something like that. How can we deal with it? Because this number requires some good interpretation before we start on it. So I'm going to ask you to first read through it before we start the number. Read through. Okay, let me hope now we have read through. Okay. Okay. So I'm seeing a hand up here. Okay. Okay, I think it is okay. Now we are going to, okay, we are going now to start interpreting the, okay, I've brought it here such that I can have it on a smaller scale. So it's saying a group of 40 people were asked what they ate for lunch. Now, like we have said, when we are presenting our work, I'll come here and I'll first write my title, a Venn diagram, because we are going to put it on a Venn diagram, showing, but do not forget, members, to label your work, like to say this is this item and showing or maybe showing a group of 40 people with what they like, something like that. You can put something like that. A Venn diagram showing a group of people with their maybe few likes and the rest. Group of people. Now, we have said we define what we are using. So we shall say, why I put this first is I want it to be visible, such that anyone looking at my work will know that I have a title for my work. Then I will say, late. When you read through, they told that we have sandwich, you have fruits, and you have yogurt. So I'll come here and say, late, sandwich, and I don't know whether you have noticed sandwich B represented by S. I think you are noticing me, I am not using your rep. Some of you like using this. You say rep and then you continue. No, complete the statement. Then you say, let those who like fruits be represented by F. Then let those who like what? Is it yogurt be represented by Y. Now that is the first thing. Now we are going to start now interpreting. You can first have your Venn diagram drawn. This is my Venn diagram. I have 1, I have 2, and I have 3. These are the ones for sandwich. This is for fruits, and this is for our yogurt. Then I start. We're asked 3/4 of had sandwich. Then say people who liked sandwich, or I say people who liked sandwich. Then I'll come, what is it? They're telling me 3/4. I'll say 3/4 of the people. But how many people did we have? We had 40. So I'll say 3 out of the 4 times the 40. What will this one equal to? You reduce by 4/1 by 4/1. So which will give me 3 times 10, which is equal to 30 people. That is for sandwich. I'm putting these small headings to show someone who's scoring my work what I'm doing. Don't just calculate people without giving someone direction of what you are doing. Then I go to the next. People who liked fruits 4, or calculating for fruits. Then I'll come, half group had some fruits. Then I say half of the group, that is a half times the 40. So this one, when you calculate, you'll end up having your as 20 people. Class, let me know whether we're on the same page. Are we on the same page? Okay, people are saying yeah. Okay. Now we are calculating for each part. Then I go to the next one. 12 people had yogurt. 12 people had yogurt. Then I will say the number who had yogurt were so the number who had yogurt was 10. Sorry, 12. I think this is 12. 12 people had yogurt. Now, I can put them now on my Venn diagram. I said those who liked sandwich were 30. Those who liked fruits were 20. Those who liked yogurt were 12. Now, that is my first step. Then I'm going to continue with the question. 10 of the people who had yogurt also had the fruit. Now, that one is very important. What does it mean? If you interpret it badly, you may mess it up. We are saying that the number of 10 of the people who had yogurt also had the fruits. Where is yogurt? This is yogurt here. And these are the fruits. So they are telling that those who had yogurt, 10 of those who had yogurt also had the fruits. In simple terms, they are telling us that those who took both yogurt and fruits were 10. That is the simple interpretation. So you will say now, those who liked fruits and yogurt were 10. Kindly, are we on the same page with that statement? Okay. I think, yeah, we're on the same page. Yeah. Okay. Now I go to the next one. A quarter of the group had all the three items. All the three items. Now, class, all the three items. So all the three items, that means they had sandwich, they had the fruits, and they had yogurt. And they're telling us these were a quarter. So I'll say a quarter of the group. So that is a quarter times the 40, and this one will give me 10. So what does it mean? It means that when I come to my diagram here, in the middle here, who liked all, I'll come and comfortably put there 10. Then I'm going to continue. 2/3 of the sandwich eaters also had fruits. Now take note, 2/3 of the sandwich eaters also had fruits. It means they had sandwich and the fruits. So I'll come and say, those who had fruits and sandwich was 2/3 of those who had sandwich, but sandwich, how many points for sandwich were 30? So here I have 2/3 of the 30. So by 3-1 by 3-1, and I'll have this 20. Yeah. So those who had fruit and sandwich were 20. So when I come back here on my Venn diagram, sandwich and fruits here, this was 20. So to obtain how many had this one only, I'll come back here on my Venn diagram. Hope I'm not leaving anyone. So this one is going to be 20 minus 10, and I'll end up with 10. Then fruit and yogurt here, fruit and yogurt, fruits and yogurt here, we had 10, but I want fruit and yogurt alone, so it will be 10 minus 10, which will give me 0. Okay, 11 of the sandwich eaters also had yogurt. So we say that that one we shall say sandwich and yogurt were 11. So I'll come here and say, now this will be 11 minus 10, which will give me a 1. Kindly first let me know whether we're on the same page for that part, or we are lost somewhere. Okay, seems we're on the same page. Yes, now my first task is for each one of you on the call to find out what is S only, what is F only, and what is Y only. First find out those ones. First find out those ones who had each only. Then we are going to continue. When you finish, you can put your answer in the chat. Okay, Vault is saying 9, 0, and 1. F only is 0. F only is 0. Okay. Let's continue to find the rest. F only is 0. Okay. Hope everyone is getting that. Now, I'm going through some of these questions. Someone was asking whether we can leave our answer in fraction form. Now, in case you have been given in the probability in decimal, leave it in decimal. In case it is in percentage, write it in percentage. In case it is in fraction, write it in fraction. But when, for our question, it was in decimals, that's why we took it to decimals. In case the composition they wanted was in fractions, then you leave it in fraction. But the common one you'll find is going to be percentages. Yeah. Yes. Now, those who have other approaches, yeah, it is not always that you can find it is one approach. For whatever approach you're using, as long as it is clear, it is really very okay. Yeah, it is very okay. Joel, that approach was okay, the one you used to find the value of x. Yeah. Okay, looking through the charts, I'm not seeing people. Okay. Okay, I think we have the answers. I'm seeing this is 10. Are you getting 10? Okay. Now here, I think here you have 9. Here you have, I think, F only is 0, and here you have 1. Now, so how many had order 3? Those ones we have found them. How many people had fruit and yogurt but no sandwich? Okay, let me now first allow you to try out the rest of the parts, but I want you to also find out how many had none of the named items. So we are looking out for the outsiders here. Do not forget that the whole set we had 40. So what about the outsiders here? How many do we have? So can we try it out as well? Okay, those getting 9, are you on track? So you are getting challenges, you can raise up the hand and we support you. 9 is very okay, members. Those who are getting 9, it is very okay. Part F is 10. Are you sure? But how many people had only one item? Had only one. Okay. Now, in case you are getting a challenge, you can raise up the hand and we support you from that point. Okay, I think members, you are getting the answers you are obtaining, okay? Yes, Angel.
Teacher, for part B, how many people? No, for part C, how many people had fruit and yogurt but no sandwich? Do you also, if it wasn't like this question and they asked the same thing, do you also include the F and Y only?
Okay,
Like,
what do you have?
for this
How many
number?
people had fruit and yogurt but not sandwich?
1.
You had 1. How did you get the 1? Okay, we'll start. Do you know how to shade?
Yeah.
Fruit and yogurt. So I'll come to, these are the fruits. Are you seeing?
Yes.
And yogurt, where is yogurt? Yogurt is down. Here. So are you seeing their intersection? They had fruit and yogurt, but not sandwich. So are you seeing sandwich? So sandwich is here. Let me use green. This is sandwich. So that means the part that is remaining is here. This is 0, this is 0, and this one. Oh. Yes, Akunda.
Thank you, teacher.
So you can shade and then you visualize which part they're interested in.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I think that is it. That is it. Allow me now to show you. I don't know whether I have a question here. Oh, you'll try out this in your free time. You can take a screenshot. You can take a screenshot. Okay. Now, I know that you are going to be meeting quite a number of scenarios. Yeah, but not all scenarios you meet are up to, let me say, standard. There are those ones, if you are doing these scenarios, you take 5 minutes, you are not picking anything, you take 10 minutes. Yeah, if a scenario takes you more than 30 minutes, you have not even interpreted it, you are finding challenge with it, just ignore and move on to another one. Yeah, because there are those ones that were set, I think, in 2024 that are very, very complicated. Yes, so when you find that something is really very complicated, you're trying to interpret, they have put a lot of confusing statements, you can ignore and move on. Yes, so these scenarios they give you, or the scenarios you meet, they should be able to manifest themselves in real life, and they should be something that is easy to do. It's not about complicating life. So when you find something that is a bit very complicated for you, you are trying it and then it's not working out, you can share it for your friends to support you. But in case everyone is failing, then you can keep it and maybe you can ask for what? For support. Yeah, there are those ones that you should. Okay, someone has given you some example here, but yeah, do not complicate. But still, when you go to YouTube, at least there are some scenarios we have posted there that you can try out on set theory, but we shall share more. Yeah, I don't know when, but maybe next week or the other week, I will share about 15 scenarios that we can use going forward. Now, what are we going to do? When is this? The seminar is going to be in June. It will be in June. But what we shall next time we shall have time to go through all the mock papers. We shall have time to go through the mock papers. This time we didn't have time to go through to have those morning preps, but next term, we shall have time to go for morning lessons. They will be starting at either 4 or 5, depending on my time zone. Either 4 or 5. Yeah, but you can prepare and they'll be online, and we shall be looking at section per section for about 2 weeks. That is after your mock papers. Yeah. Those who want to join the group, let me first pick the link. Let me pick the link for that group. Yeah, but please keep on practicing. There are some scenarios, some questions I've kept sharing in the chat. Please utilize them to make some revision such that at least you are very ready for your exams. Yeah, but please, some of those things you are meeting, some may not be up to the standard. So please let them not waste a lot of your time, a lot of your effort. You read through in case things are not working. Yeah, consider ignoring it and then continue. But let us learn how to present our work very well. Yeah, I've sent the link. Those who are not in the group, I've sent that link. Yeah. Now, okay. Let me now take on one question. Nana and Mugisa, you have a question, it seems. Okay. Yeah. Mugisa and Nana. But as you are preparing for this section, please. Yes, Nana.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Last time we had a lesson of mathematics and you said that we are not going to study it, we shall study it next time. Are you going to teach us that lesson or we are not going to receive it?
I need time to think about it because that one means we need to go to another branch. But before we go, let me just give you the scoring points in each of the branches, maybe.
Okay, sir.
Now, in this section, I've told you we have statistics. And one of the things you shouldn't always forget, or why kids sometimes fail, can be on the title, how they put the irrelevant columns and the rest of that. But one of this, okay. Okay. Allow me to have these things discussed during the seminar. Yeah, allow me, but please make sure you work on these things, your planning, your organization of the work, how you communicate. Yeah, those ones are very good for you. Yeah, but we shall have more discussion during maybe the seminar, but also when the time allows, I may call you on, but let me not promise we shall not meet again. We shall not meet again for math. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
that
please.
Seminar, the video for that seminar will be different to your YouTube channel because for us, some of us we shall back to school and at school they don't allow phones. So can we find it like during the holiday on your YouTube channel?
Yes, let me first stop this recording. I don't know which school